getting lucky right now, kick out. In a game, you're going to go in super early. I'd rather you come outside of it, swing out, create the angle, and then go. Keith, make sure you read.
Yep. Oh, that worked.
That's about as much as I would.
Okay, my bad. Like, this way?
No, no.
Oh, that's so loud. Oh my gosh. That's so loud. One more. Yes, bro. I feel like that's so much.
That exact same thing. You send that ball here in contact with the hand instead of between the two. Or how you open up the swing to swing.
I think that goes too far.
Yeah, you go like this. It's like this, and then like this. And you go up. The whole entire time you're lifted, you get on top of it, and then swing. Take your stuff like that. Elbow. Reach.
Yeah, Keith. I'll try and lower it.
Next up on court 8, Catherine and Madeline versus Annie and Lauren. Olivia and Ava, you'll be my referees. That is on court 8, please.
welcome everybody to the 692 Beach stream. You don't have a on-off switch on that one. That one's just on.
Or just off.
Or just off. That's right. How are you doing, young man? How's everything going? It seems like everything's just a touch behind, but not like a normal tournament in my experience. If you're within 2 hours of the tournament time, game time, you're doing pretty well. We're within like 30 minutes, I think.
Yeah, 30 to 40 minutes behind, running behind. But yeah,
that's pretty solid. Got to keep those warm-ups to
a minimum.
A minimum there. So these girls are pretty good about it, and you guys have run a great tournament so far.
I appreciate that. Yeah, a lot of good help, a lot of good support from the coaching staff and from the players as well. Honestly, keeping the tempo of it has a lot to do as much with them being able to keep the tempo of the game going and handling any of their side changes and all the rest of that pretty quick.
That's right. All right. So who do we have here?
We've got Brooke Nalley and Whitney Sample up against Kierstin, Kiki Anderson, and Olivia Biggs. And Brooks starts us out with a really nice drop center middle float serve. From the other side, she may go to the floater a little bit more. Her tendency is she really wants to do that topspin, but it looks like her float serve is working real well down the middle.
That was a great set off the weird angle there.
Yeah, a little bit falling backwards on the set and a little bit reaching across to get the angle in, but beats the block just over the top down the line.
That was really nice placement there for that set. You always worried about those high middle sets being trappy, but that one worked out great.
Yep. It'd be real interesting to see if they continue with that same strategy of bringing Whitney into the middle and then letting Brooke having to make a decision. We saw this in a game earlier, right, where they were running the offense out of the middle and making it a little bit more difficult for the defender at the net to make a decision. Hey, I'm going to commit on the block, and I'm going to let the person behind me make that decision, go left, go right.
Right.
It looks like they're sticking with it. We'll see if Brooke and Whitney can adjust. Nice, great deep shot by Whitney Sample. Good control. Brooke gave her good talk. I mentioned this earlier. Brooke Nalley, very vocal, great partner.
Had the pleasure. Ooh, that's nice. That trap set that we were.
Yep, that was the one you were just talking about. And of course, Whitney's just going to let her hit in the closet all day on that one.
There's a roof on that one.
It's the second play in a row, so you take advantage of those. It's key. Kind of lets you know where the focus is. You make a great play like that, you've got to get that next serve in.
That's right.
It's critical for your momentum of the game and then for your head game as well.
That's right. We just had the pleasure of talking to having the two young ladies on the far side in the stream the game before, and it's pretty amazing how insightful they are. It really speaks to a lot of things. One, the coaching and how you guys have explained the concepts to where they truly understand the reasoning behind them, which is obviously difficult because this is a complex puzzle of a sport, but it speaks to their intelligence and how they reason through those problems on their own.
It also lets us know that they've actually learned a concept. You know, it's one thing to be able to go out there and kind of reproduce what you hear and what you get coached on. But when you truly understand it enough, wow, nice hit over the top. That's OT right there.
Yeah. That's what you mean by that.
Yeah, OT, over the top.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, if they've got a good handle on it enough to be able to speak to it and kind of coach through it, then they really understand the concepts. And
right.
Both of those girls, Olivia and Kiki, for sure. Kiki, of course, her whole life's been surrounded about it between her father and the clubs that he's run over the years and the playing that she's done since she was very little.
Pretty homegrown on the sport. That always helps. Just the sheer number of reps in your mind.
For sure.
And this team on the near side just really stepping their game up this game too.
Mm-hmm.
When we watched them earlier, they had some unforced errors they were looking to get rid of this game, and it seems like they're doing that now.
Yeah, and Whitney is back to serve again. So Whitney has really taken it upon herself to correct some of the serve-receive issues she had early on.
Right.
And really capitalizing on a very aggressive attempt at their offense. Looks like they took the timeout. Everybody just dispersed.
Not a bad idea. They just kind of disappeared off the court.
Yeah.
But
well, it is 9-3, so maybe that's a good call.
Maybe it's time to stop that momentum just for a second. Yeah.
They are going through this, as we mentioned at the top of this game, running about 30, 40 minutes behind. We're not doing the technical timeouts here, but you do get a personal team timeout that for a full minute.
Yeah, that's as far as the scheduling the tournament, man, it really makes a gigantic difference. We had an AVP tournament, same amount of teams, same amount of courts that was run at one facility. We will not be throwing anybody under the bus, but one of the venues, identical situation, identical start time, identical teams, and one the finals ended at about 10 o'clock p.m. and the other one, the finals started at 2:30 a.m. So let me tell you,
that is a recipe for disaster.
Let me tell you, there's a big difference in the way the tournaments are run. Keeping these ladies and the gentlemen in those tournaments going, it's really nice.
Get a big lead. Oh, nice. Clean, squared shoulders.
That's really difficult
option
to
ball.
get that done.
It really is. But I'll be honest, needed in timing. So that's a 10-4 switch now.
Mm-hmm. Breaking that momentum, that timeout worked pretty well for them.
Yeah, could be enough. Swing.
Oh, that's a great jump set.
Nice.
Ooh, just a little long.
Got a little bit behind her on it. She went ahead and took a full follow-through swing at it. It's difficult, right? Because you want to shoot the ball, you want to stop your hand at the top and allow the ball to kind of take the momentum. You add that additional swing through, a lot of times just like this one, kind of find its way out of bounds. Again,
Ooh,
another
just
one
a
of
bit
those.
long again.
Yeah.
Trying to help out her partner and go on two, let her get her position back again.
Right, because it seems to be a little bit of a roll. I don't know about that open hand there.
Come on, line!
Nice big swing by Whitney Sample. Comes across the court.
Olivia
Olivia digs it up, but just can't keep
She was
it
in the
inside.
right spot, but there's a lot of velocity on that one. Whitney sure does have a heavy swing.
And when she gets on top of the ball, you know it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, it's a little bit of a role reversal. What we saw earlier, Whitney and Brooke were having a bit more trouble during serve receive, and now it looks like Olivia and Kiki are having their round at it.
That's right. This is the last game of pool play, I believe.
Yep.
And so we'll be going into the bracket playoffs. Are we going single elimination? How's this working for this
Yeah, well,
tournament?
because of the timing, we don't want to be here till 2 a.m.
That's right.
So it's going to be one games, and I think they're going to leave either for the semis or for the finals to be a match. But we'll see. Again, based on timing, we've often run some of these tournaments where we even let the girls make a decision on that, whether they want to just do the one game and call it, or if they want to do a full match. Most of the time, we just do a full match.
Yeah, this is a really cool format, and just to have an opportunity to participate in a showcase where you're really, it's entirely about showing these kids off to potential schools that might want to bring them in for their program and hopefully be a staple of their program.
Yeah, it's such a great opportunity, and appreciate you guys bringing all this out here for them. Obviously, our hope is to make sure that they find a good home at a college, university program.
It's definitely a worthy investment of time and effort just to get them. And it does let college coaches get a unique look at what they're doing and how they're doing it when they couldn't necessarily, watch in person. So makes it a lot of fun.
Nice read by Brooke Nalley for the up.
Wow.
Nice deep shot. Way to play that out nicely.
She's firing on all cylinders right now.
Just absolutely great awareness of the court and where everything is and where she can put the ball.
Now, these sets are in different age groups. Is that they're this near side, Whitney and Sample and Nalley are they? What class are they in right now?
So Brooke is actually in her second year 18U, and this is Whitney's first year 18U. And it is interesting. So we've got 3 different age groups going today. So we've got 18U, 16U, and 14U. But some of the tournaments will do it by graduation year.
Okay.
And not necessarily by their birthday.
So not necessarily the Price is Right version.
Yeah. Yeah, and it just it depends. Now, most cases, it's either based on their birthday before September 1st of a particular year, or it's their graduation year. Is how they work that, depending on the organization that's sponsoring the event. This one today's by the birthdays, September 1st, so we can do that by the age groups.
Yeah. Well, if you're watching now or in the future, college coaches, we appreciate you tuning in.
Great short shot.
That was a really good short shot there. We invite you to reach out to the directors of the tournament, Kevin, or any of the other guys here that if you're interested in the legal time, I don't know when that is, but legally, of course, having conversations with any of these ladies.
June 15th, the summer of their junior year.
Is that when it is?
That's the time.
Okay.
There's like a period of time during the winter session that the coaches can start to have conversations, do invites out to their programs and things of that nature. But you can do reach outs and emails and have conversations with those coaches. All the rules around that are on the USAV website, and several of the other ones regarding the NCAA rules surrounding that. So
it's going to be interesting to see how, as the sport grows, how the NIL stuff affects some of these athletes and gets them involved in some of that recognition as well.
Yeah. It's been great for the sport and really great for the athletes to get the opportunity to take advantage of all these various chances to play Division I, II, NIL ball, and all the other opportunities that they get some touches and, like you said, get some views.
Yeah. What we're trying to do is just bring awareness to make connections with, when you couldn't physically, you can do it virtually. So you guys that are watching have any good ideas to make that even better, let us know.
Yeah, no, as I said, I love the concept here. Really appreciate the opportunity to have you guys out and be interested to track kind of what the success metrics of this are.
Yeah, once we get a few of these under the belt, see if we get what kind of connections are made.
Whitney over the top again. Olivia Biggs puts a touch on it, but it's just a little too crisp over the top of the block.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, especially at the pro level. Those high lines become a lot more crisp to where you can't put any air underneath them. They need to get to the ground quickly, or a guy can come all the way across the court from nowhere and still get to it.
Yeah.
Well, that was a really good game.
Whitney puts a close on that one.
That's right. Well, guys and girls that are watching, we appreciate you, and we will be back here shortly for the playoffs when they start here in just a few minutes. Thank you guys for watching.